Hello students, today I will discuss about the relations that is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. I will give some examples on that and how to check that whether these relations will be followed or not. So there are basically two methods for that. Number one, you can take any arbitrary example, and number two, that you can take any arbitrary variables for that like x, y, z, and if then also it will be followed, it is reflexive, symmetric or transitive. Otherwise, if the relation will be not followed, then you can say that is it is not reflexive, symmetric or transitive, whatever. Okay, so now I will start some examples on that, and please focus here and try to understand this one properly. Okay, so now number one, capital A equals to 1 to 14, r equals to xy such that 3x minus y equals to 0. Now how will you check that? First I will check reflexivity. Whenever I will check that the relation is reflexive or not, I have to check it that for all the elements it will be followed. If you will check that yes, only for one element it will be followed, then it is not okay. But if you know that it is not reflexive, and then you will just show that for which element it is not reflexive, okay, then it is true. But if the relation is reflexive, then you have to take any arbitrary alphabet and then you will try to maintain that relation. Now 3x minus y equals to 0 is there. So if I will take 1, means x equals to 1, then y will be also 1, because in case of reflexive it was self to self, means both the elements will be same here. So if I will replace the value that is not equals to 0, that means 1 1 does not belongs to R. 1 1 means x is 1, y is 1. This element does not belong to R. That means R is not reflexive. I don't have to check for others, because if at least for one element it is false, that means R is not reflexive. Why? Because if R is reflexive, the relation will be true for all the elements. Okay. Now next one I will check for symmetric. So you have to take such elements so that this relation will be followed. If I will take x equals to 1 and y equals to 3, then you can observe that 3 into 1 minus 3, this one is 0. So we can say that 1 3 belongs to R. Now I will check that 3 1 also belongs to R or not. That means I will replace x by 3 and y by 1. So this one not equals to 0 is clearly seen. That means 3 1 does not belong to R. So 1 3 belongs to R, but 3 1 does not belong to R. That means R is not symmetric, because we know that if AB belongs to R, then BA should belong to R. Now next one, transitive. So in case of transitive, if I will take 1 3 belongs to R, that means in the next case I have to take x as 3, because what was transitive? AB belongs to R, BC belongs to R. So if I have taken here 1 3 belongs to R, that means in the next case I have to take 3. If I will take x as 3, so y will be here 9. So 3 9 belongs to R, because 3 3s are 9, 9 minus 9 equals to 0. Okay, so 1 3 belongs to R, 3 9 belongs to R. Now I will check that 1 9 belongs to R or not. So if I will write 3 into 1 minus 9, that one not equals to 0, that means 1 9 does not belong to R. So R is not transitive. You will write like this way, since 1 3 belongs to R, 3 9 belongs to R, but 1 9 does not belong to R, therefore R is not transitive. Now the next one. Number 2, the set is natural number and the relation is xy such that y equals to x plus 1, x less than 4. Now number 1, just like previous, I will check first reflexive. Now x less than 4, so that means I have to take it for x equals to 1 2 3 because natural number set. So for 1 2 3 if I will take that x is 1 and y is 1. So 1 not equals to 1 plus 1, that means 1 1 does not belongs to R. Therefore you will write that R is not reflexive. Next I will check it for symmetric. Symmetric, if I will take 3 equals to 2 plus 1, that means I have taken here x as 2 and y as 3. So 2 3 belongs to R. Now I will check that 3 2 belongs to R or not. So if I will just replace the value, means 2 equals to 3 plus 1. No, it is false. That means 3 2 does not belongs to R. Therefore R is not symmetric. This one you can take any value, means I have taken 2 3, so you also can take 1 2 just like that and then check that it is followed or not. Okay, this one you can take arbitrarily, but before that you have to think, means if you will take one element such that it will be followed, then it has no use. Okay, so you have to take such element that if I will just interchange that x and y, after that it will be not followed. So first you have to think for that and then you will take the element. Okay, so now next one is transitive. Transitive, if I will take suppose 2 equals to 1 plus 1, that means I have taken x as 1 and y as 2. So 1 2 belongs to R. Now next I have to start from 2. So you can take 3 equals to 2 plus 1, that means 2 3 belongs to R. Now I have to check that 1 3 belongs to R or not. So if 1 3 belongs to R, that means x is 1 and y is 3. So it should be 3 equals to 1 plus 1, and which one is false. That means we can say that 1 3 does not belong to R. That means R is not transitive. R is not transitive. You will write in whole. Okay. Try to understand this one properly. Next example. Number 3, I will take the set capital A equals to 1 to 6 and the relation is xy such that y is divisible by x. So first I will start with reflexivity. Now if we observe properly, x is divisible by x for all x belongs to A. Means if I will take any element from 1 to 6, means 1 is divisible by 1, 2 is divisible by 2. So all the elements, since 0 is not there, so no problem is there. That means all the elements are divisible by itself. So I have written this one. That means R is reflexive. Next I will check for symmetric. So for symmetric, if I will take 3, 6, because you know that 6 is divisible by 3, so 3, 6 belongs to R. X is 3, Y is 6. Now I will check that 6, 3 belongs to R or not. So if I will take 6, 3, that means what is the statement here? 3 is divisible by 6, but 3 is not divisible by 6. That means it does not belongs to R. Therefore, R is not symmetric. Next, I will check for transitive. So for this one, I will take x, y, z. X, y, z belongs to A. Now, y is divisible by x. That means x, y belongs to R. So y is divisible by x means we can write y by x equals to k1. K1 is any integer. Now next, if I will write yz belongs to R, that means z by y equals to, we can write k2. K2 also belongs to z. Now we have to check that xz belongs to R or not. That's why I will multiply both of them. Y by x into z by y. So it will be z by x, and if I will multiply the right side also, I will get k1, k2. Now since k1 is an integer and k2 also is an integer, the product of two integers will be also an integer. So k1, k2 is also an integer. That means we can say that obviously z is divisible by x. That means it is true for any arbitrary x, y, z. That means the relation is transitive. If you know that some relation is transitive, now you can ask me that how can I know about that? That from the beginning that it is true or false. If you will take any element from here, if y is divisible by x and if z is divisible by y, then it is quite obvious that z is also divisible by x. Because whenever you are telling that y is divisible by x, that means x is a factor of y. And if you will take that z is also divisible by y, that means y is a factor of z. So obviously x is also a factor of z. Just like that I have taken this one. Okay. If you will practice properly, then you can understand this type of sum. So don't worry about that, and whatever I am doing, just follow. And if you have any maths book, I think if you have from any board, means ISC, CBSC, West Bengal board, from any book you can practice this type of sum. No problem is there. Okay. So now follow it up. Now the next one. I have taken the set here z. You know already, that means set of integers. R equals to xy such that x minus y is also an integer. Now, first I will take for reflexive, I will just replace y by x. So x minus x equals to 0. 0 belongs to z for all x. That means for all x the relation is true. So we can say R is reflexive. Done. Now next, symmetric. X minus y this one is an integer, so I can take this one as suppose k1, and also k1 belongs to z. And if I will take y minus x, then what will I get? Minus k1. Now since k1 belongs to z, we know that minus k1 also belongs to z. So I will write xy belongs to R implies yx belongs to R. That means relation is symmetric here. Next, transitive. So here I have to take x, y, z, and this one I will take from the set of the integers. Now first I will write x minus y equals to k1 because x minus y belongs to z. So any integer I can take here. K1 belongs to z. Similarly I will take y minus z equals to k2. That means k2 belongs to z. Now I will just add both of them. Then what will I get? Minus 5 plus will be cancelled. So x minus z equals to k1 plus k2. Now since k1 is an integer and k2 is also an integer, it is obvious that sum of two integers is also an integer. That means we can say that x minus z belongs to z. So xy belongs to R, yz belongs to R. Here implies that xz also belongs to R. Therefore we can say that R is transitive. R is transitive. Okay, and if you will follow properly this one, it is an equivalence relation, because you know that when any relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then the relation is called equivalence relation.